Hello, hello, Vigil TV viewers. We have a viewer, so that's awesome. I'm assuming it's probably our favorite live stream, so you guys rock. Um, who are you?
My name is Joshua Barrett. I was born in Portland, lived here off and on throughout my life.
Right on. And you're about to go back to
Arkansas, and
Arkansas.
to be with my wife.
So we have yelling in the background. That is Our Lady Liberty back there. We also had it in stereo just a moment ago with people over by the jail, so it's lively. So we're over here. We're at the Circle E. Uh, oh, you can't see because of the light. There, the Circle E. This is a charging station across. Anyway, let's see. Oops. Oopsie daisy. Such a dumb expression. I love that. All right. So, Josh, I always ask people this at the beginning, which is, what's the vigil?
It is, from best what I know, it seems to be a protest in light of the sleeping ban that the city has in place. And they are openly protesting on the sidewalk in front of City Hall to get that ban lifted.
So you've been here in Portland for how long this time around?
This time around, about 3 months.
3 months. So how often? Now you were here last night. You were sleeping out here last night.
Yes, past 4 nights.
Okay, and you must have been in a torrential downpour because I was at
I
home
was.
for part of the worst of it. I was lucky.
Yeah, it started coming down. It was pretty gnarly. But a few of us we stayed, stuck it out. I figured that trying to send a message seemed like a good opportunity to help. I guess send a message
Yeah,
because it's one thing to be out here when it's fun, but it's another thing to be out here when it's not fun at all.
yeah, yeah. I appreciate that because we do want to keep a presence even when it's cruddy weather, and it would be nice if we could grow, a lot during the nice weather, but
Yeah.
we won't forget who was here when it was really bad. It takes a lot of dedication, and it is horrible. But have the cops ever awakened you, or Clean and Safe ever rousted you, or?
Me, no. But then again, I also am freshly houseless, so I haven't had to deal with the same trials and tribulations that a lot of people at this vigil and just in the city in general have had to deal with. I've only had to taste, a very small portion of the whole pie of what it means to be houseless.
And are you going back to a home?
Yes,
So in a way, you don't know because you know that it will end.
this is true.
That's
There's so much that you know myself and most people are ignorant to,
right.
about how that feeling is.
But you know what I'm talking about, like just knowing that you're going to be in a home soon and stable. There she goes.
Is yeah, it's a whole other ballpark. I can't even imagine that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep. So, what what's your experience with Occupy generally? Like you've been around, so to more than one occupation, I take it, if you're not from here, or you are from here, but you've been back and forth. Have you?
well, actually, the time that they had the occupation right here in the park, I was actually in Arkansas at the time.
You were in Arkansas. Was there an occupation there that you were a part of?
No, that would have been that people didn't even think about it in Arkansas. It would never happened.
Right.
The police over there, it's just they would have four people would have shown up and they would have come and shut it down.
Wow.
Yeah,
So you guys like the law?
yeah, they're pretty intense in Arkansas. It's the just they're very like if the law says it's one way, they do it, and it's pretty interesting. Can't walk down the street certain times of the night because they'll stop you because they think it's weird. Just for walking around late at night.
What about people who have night jobs? I mean, if you work at night, sleep during the day, your hours are gonna be opposite. So
Yeah.
they give all those people a hard time. really weird.
It is.
Because, I mean, at shelters here, I was just hearing from a lady that her work wanted her to stay late, so she couldn't go back.
Lost her job because
She, no, she lost her shelter.
lost her shelter because of her job.
Yeah. Isn't that messed up? Anyway, and it's a part-time job, and wow. So Liberty's bringing the wrath over here.
Another day at City Hall.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. She just like kicked out like 3 people from City Hall who were just chilling. I don't know. That's weird. She was giving it to Roman too.
Really?
Yeah. So. Uh. Anyway, we're
Very
distracted. We're distracted. She's been sounding the horn for like an hour.
And she still hasn't lost steam.
No, she hasn't. We're wondering about her voice tomorrow. I've never heard her go on. I've heard her say a few sentences really loud. I've never heard her say it for an hour. So I don't know. She doesn't even sound different. She sounds exactly the same. Anyway.
No change in her voice.
None. So, like, okay, weird things have happened when you've been at City Hall. This is not the only one, right? Can you think of anything bizarre that has happened while you've been here?
So many bizarre things that have happened. I'm trying to think of a good example.
Now they're yelling in front of the jail. Anyway. Hey, did you eat any food? Marjorie was serving food today.
I did. They
What
were
did she
delicious.
serve?
Vegan tacos. So they were
Nice.
yummy. They were really yummy.
I wish I had come in time for that.
But
Anyway.
bizarre thing, it's really just, it's not so much locking in on one bizarre thing, it's just the whole, there's a sidebar of, there's a slice of humanity here, so there's that slice of, the inherent weirdness of all humanity here.
Yeah.
And, it just shines here. It's just, people feel free to let themselves, express themselves and live naturally, and naturally bizarre things occur. A lot of loud opinions.
Yeah.
Very boisterous opinions.
Like opinions about what?
Literally everything. Opinions about what we're doing here, opinions about homelessness, opinions about, how to drive a car on an icy road.
Oh, really? Did you learn anything?
I did. I've learned a great deal.
So did they have any teach-ins or feather circle or anything that's roughly organized, or anything like a party or a meeting or anything, or has it been just people occupying since you've been here?
Since I've been here, it's been a lot of pretty much just occupation. There hasn't been a lot of sidebars or meetings or anything like that I've noticed. I also understand that there's other things that go on past what just happens right here on the sidewalk.
Right.
But
right. I mean, we have the office, we have the GA. There's oh gosh, there's the gardening folks who are doing all of that good work, and there's people having GA still in different sections of Portland. I don't know if they're still having it in Southeast, but Southeast was huge.
Yeah.
So I imagine they probably are. So yeah, I mean, this is not the only thing happening, but it is the only sleeping, 24/7 occupation.
Yeah.
So, and that's important to me. I keep thinking that we need to grow real fast. So let me throw my idea at you. I want to get a bike trailer. Something that looks like a boat trailer, but
Sure.
more narrow, really sturdy frame, and put that cart that Mr. 60 made for us that we locked down.
Yeah.
Put that on there and put 3 others on there. And one of them will be an info booth for Occupy for sure, because we already are using the vigil inside as information. Dan comes by and puts up new flyers, and ever
Sure.
so often people have their own. Like they'll be having the one for the June 10th, Sunday
Yep.
anyway, the baseball game and the pig roast,
Yep.
the pulled pork. Anyway, so there'll be flyers, and I want to have that, and I want to have oatmeal with a lot of stuff, because you can store that.
Yeah.
You know,
Easily.
you can store that, and but definitely more room for more sleeping bags and stuff that we can lock. I just got 2 new locks, so we can kind of keep a tighter lid on the key situation.
Yeah.
Make sure to, try to keep our stuff. But anyway, so this trailer, we can leave it out all night and lock everything down, and it can be there all night long until early in the morning,
Sure.
late on Sunday actually, and then take everything off. As long as it's on wheels, it's my understanding it can be on the sidewalk with
Yes.
us. And so we'll just have more carts, and they won't be attached to the bike rack. They'll just be there with us.
Yes.
And then I'll wheel that sucker on over the river without the carts, just the frame, where it can be parked without a charge. And if I'm lazy, maybe I'll pay the money. or. So anyway, so let's just say we had that going
Sure.
on. And we had info stuff, and we had maybe food in the morning, and I don't know, maybe a community needs. That'd be nice to get back. That's
Sure.
a Heart of Occupy thing. So let's say we had that. How many people do you think we could get participating then?
If you had that trailer, exponentially more. One, people would get educated instead, of just not knowing what's going on initially from the beginning, or even if they just need a better picture. And 2, having on hand, something of a not really dependable, but a more dependable food supply, like that, and also having storage for more sleeping bags, which equates to more people, which, I don't have a lot of experience in things like this, but I gather that the more people, the better, and that would definitely bring more people. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, Vigil TV has a fundraiser thing on there. It's a link on the about page, and if I get whatever I need for that, I'm definitely going for it. I'm just gonna do it, because we're already trying to do that. I did an experiment where I put a cart in front of Wells Fargo. Immediately in the morning, they called the police saying that they were worried it would be a bomb.
So it just wheels a bomb right up to the bank. Ludicrous.
Because it said Occupy Portland, and Wells Fargo was
Oh.
like, oh, they hate us. They're going to put a bomb in front of us. Okay.
Not exactly the bombing type.
No. So anyway, but that made me laugh. The police came by, and he's all like, I know it's not a bomb. So here's, okay, let me get your opinion on this. This is insane. This cop says, I knew you guys. I know that it's not a bomb, but they don't know what's in the box. And I mean, I recognize this box. I know what's in here. You're just putting your stuff for the sleeping out here. But we're complaint driven. And so, I mean, like, take, for example, right now, all these cars driving by.
Yeah.
I could pull 90% of these over. What we have here is selective enforcement. And because we're complaint driven and they complained, now I'm not going to bother you guys with this cart in front of City Hall, because I know it's for some greater purpose that you guys are working toward. And, but, Wells Fargo wants this box, so you got to move it. And I tried to argue, and that didn't work, so I moved it. Okay, so breaking down that conversation, he's serving the bank because they complained, and that's his job,
Yes.
knowing that it's, of course, not a bomb, and the basis of their complaint is baloney.
Faulty.
Yeah. Um, selective enforcement. Everybody's illegal. Therefore, we pick and choose. Therefore, there's basically no law.
Nope.
I mean, if anybody can be pulled over in a car for anything, and we're all illegal all the time, then what's the purpose of having laws at all? I mean, we just might just say everything is illegal, and then the cops can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Sounds. All right. So, yeah, and then what was the other weird thing he said? Oh, he knows that we're serving a greater purpose, so they're choosing to just not hassle us over the box out here. I was like, huh?
That is really strange. There's a lot of weird talk in his phrases. Just it
Yeah,
does seem
what's
weird.
going on there? Yeah.
Bank calls, tells you maybe you gotta move it. But he's obviously, I mean, I guess he knows about the cause and supports it, or quasi supports it, or something. And
He said something like he supports the right to protest.
No, bitch.
Something like
Get the
that.
fuck away from me.
So.
You look dangerous, like fucking ninja dog.
Is the camera?
Yeah.
What is it, Tessie?
No.
Yeah.
Duh.
Right.
What is it?
The camera.
For what?
On him.
If we came out early, that was supposed to.
Duh.
What the fuck? Get off of me,
No,
bro.
dude, that's some weirdo shit.
Okay, can I put my phone in back of you?
Okay, bye. I'm leaving. No, no. Get the
She
fuck
always be doing this shit. Give my charger.
That's some weirdo shit.
See your life.
Hey, stop pushing you back up the hill.
I'm just joking with you.
That's funny. It looks like a convict.
Are these yours?
Yeah.
Are you guys just taking pictures or?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Bitch, get your ass back in your house.
So I got my cup and my camera still here. I'm feeling good about that.
There you
And
go.
the yelling that we were experiencing seems to be mobile again. So that's a bonus.
it's all about the small victories in life.
I'm all clutching my phone as they walk by.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like checking on his computer. Let's put this away. Anyway, so yeah, that was a strange interaction with that police officer. But I guess what I'm trying to get at is we've already tried to get a second cart, and it didn't work. 60 said he'd make another one for us if we could pull off having a place where it would stay. I've already tried to go through the motion of having another one here. That's not going to work.
They said one's the limit.
Well, they said zero's a limit, and after 20 minutes, they said one's the limit.
Okay.
That was a really fun conversation. That, too, I would like to recap. That was Gary Crane. I talk about him all the time.
Yeah.
Do you know who he
I
is?
don't think so.
Has anybody in a suit ever awakened you and said some bigoted, weird things about how people should just get a job or?
I think so. I think I've heard that guy rolling around here.
Yeah, he's like, he has no clue. We're gonna try to educate him a little bit.
He could probably use it.
Yeah, he thinks he says things like, oh, you should go to a shelter. I know you just don't want to because you think that you can do whatever you want because you don't like rules, and on and on and on. It's like, dude, if you go to a shelter for one night, I will listen to you.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm having a hard time hearing you talk. You know, he has no clue.
No, I'm sure they've never even seen the inside of. Or
I
maybe
have
you haven't
not.
even seen the outside of some
I
of these things.
have not, but I've heard there's no way that guy is going to spend the night in a shelter. Not that you can even get in.
Yeah.
And
that's
then
the
if
thing.
he did, he'd figure out what the rest of us know already.
Which is,
Why we don't go into the shelters.
why is that, Jason? Or Chewy, whatever your name is. I'm gonna,
Whichever one you want to call me.
yeah, late for dinner. So I'm gonna call you.
Except for that.
Oh, okay.
Never leave me.
I'm trying to like put it on you, but I can't.
No, don't worry about it.
Anyway.
You should know that already.
You
I
come
don't
over.
like the camera.
Come over here. Oh, come here.
No.
Come here.
No.
Look-
It's
look at-
evil. It steals your
Look
soul.
at this cup. This is better than nothing.
Yes, they steal your soul.
Okay. So the cup will talk. Hello. Anyway, just I'm ventriloquisting.
Uh-huh.
All right. So Jason's talking. Why wouldn't you go to a shelter? Why wouldn't a person want to go?
Because why do you want to smell everybody else's funk? You got a lot to deal with on your own. Why deal with other people's problems?
Right. So everybody in there has a problem. At least one, probably multiple, and you're all in a mushed in area.
I can't speak for everybody, but
Well, the first problem
Sure,
is that they don't have a
I'm
place to
assuming-
stay
yeah,
other
they
than a
don't
shelter.
have a place to stay.
So at the
That's
very
number
least they
one
got
problem.
that, and that can't make you feel happy.
And then number 2 problem would be some of them are mental. Number 3 problem would be no jobs. Number 4 could be no place to be.
So
So-
what we would have in common?
They may have. Liberty. Justice for all, because she's going home.
She's
Or
on
at least she's on her way somewhere.
right on.
Thank
99's
goodness.
taking her.
Yeah, finally somebody got her to go.
She's been entertaining us here. Okay, so
Very loudly.
anyway, let me
Oh, which reminds
let me get back
the
to
security asked if you were here.
yeah.
So I was like, yeah, she's somewhere, either the restroom or.
Oh yeah, is it
somewhere.
Jeremy?
Yeah, the guy.
Yeah. Do you want to just push the red button and just tell him I'm here and?
Oh, I told him you're here.
Okay.
You're just.
You did already. Okay.
I wasn't sure where you were
Yep.
at the time.
All
I
right.
keep forgetting you guys always come over here and charge.
Yeah, we're at the Circle E. That's the other place we go. All right, so getting back to you, because this is called Interview with Josh from Arkansas, or from ACK, as it were, safe space. You probably love that. You hear that all the time, ACK. Well, we're or.
Yeah.
So I guess okay. Anyway, sorry. So anyway, we're talking about Kareen and what he says and coming around, and I was just asking you if you had gotten awakened, but there was this conversation with the cart, and it went like, well, if you guys have this cart, then you're gonna have more carts, and I was like, yeah,
Yeah, probably.
valid.
More people, more carts.
So he was worried about that, and I was like, well, let's just talk about this one. He's like, well, you're gonna heap it over with garbage and trash, and you're gonna put blankets on top, and it's gonna get bigger and bigger. Well, at that moment, we actually had a cargo net fitted for that cart. Like, if you look, there's little eyelets on it, so it was exactly that. And I'm like, well, why would we build this box if we wanted to have a big pile like we did before when we used Elmira's bicycle trailer? We knew it didn't look nice, so obviously we built this little box for you, so it would be tidy looking.
Yeah. Trying to contain it.
Right. And like, well, and then he says, well, rule, and I'm like, geez, if you make so many rules that I can't take a step left without there being a rule against it, why don't you just wait and see? Just wait and see how it goes. I said, fine. So I got the cart. Now I'm really reluctant to try to put another one, because I felt like when I said, just wait and see, it'll be okay, don't worry, that kind of made me feel like I shouldn't like make the man have a heart attack, because he's got this fear of 100 zillion carts, not just Occupy, but everybody's going to want a cart. And really, there's a lot of people who would love to have permanent storage here,
Yeah.
anywhere.
Yeah.
So I think his fears are valid.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess with one thing, there's always another thing entailed with it.
Right, and unfortunately, he's Portland Building as well, which is next door. That would have been a nice place for a cart. So I tried Wells Fargo. That didn't work. Anyway, so since 60 asked to make sure I could put a cart somewhere without it getting taken away by Clean and Safe or whatnot, and I failed, I came up with the boat trailer, bicycle trailer idea.
It sounds like a good idea. At least initially, until it grows to a bigger level.
And it can be very, very silly. I mean, we can have a mobile occupation. I mean, it could be very funny to have a miniature whatever, like occupation in a box, but food team, I bet would really, Marjorie, I think she'd really back it.
I think you're right.
So, anyway, if people are interested in doing that, like I said, costs money. There's a link on the Ustream for Vigil TV. And I promise that's what it will be. I mean, we got a donation tonight. It would be for
Give
that.
these people money. They need your help. Seriously. Like,
We need an
seriously.
Occupy Portland occupation. You know?
do.
And we got to get set for summer. Whatever we can get going here, think about how easy it would be to sprout something bigger if we had this
would.
night after night.
Just if you keep it steady, more people, and it just grow from there.
How many different people do you think you saw while you've been here these last 4 days from Occupy or friends? How many different people do you think you've...
Like
For the last 4 days, how many different faces do you think you've seen?
It's been dozens, like at least more than 50.
More
at
than 50.
least. And that number could be even lowballing it. It's just
Yeah.
a lot come in, a lot go, and then there's.
I've seen hundreds and hundreds of different people, and that's mostly recently, like mostly in the last 2 months, So I know that there's a lot of different people who come through here. A lot of different people spending the night. I'd say we've had at least a couple hundred people spending the night.
very,
Different people,
That's
they
a lot.
really add up because I come here and I see, 8 different people than the ones I saw before, over and over and over again. And then some of the same people, but not every week. So yeah, definitely a lot of people putting in the hours. So yeah. Anyway, we are at the Circle E charging at the station, and I'm gonna go off and I'm gonna go check out what's going. Jeremy's asking questions, the security guard. I'm gonna go see what's going on. So thank you, Josh. And
welcome.
tomorrow you go to Arkansas.
I do.
You will take our love from Portland, which is your hometown, and say hi to your wife, and be on our Twitter, which is OPDX Vigil TV.
Okay.
So, and of course the Occupy Twitter, right? All right.
Absolutely.
Okay, thanks.